Good morning and happy Friday. Welcome to this week's Friday Focus. You may have noticed that I was a bit MIA the last few weeks. And to say that these last 2 weeks were a whirlwind, it would be putting it mildly. I was in my Toastmasters meeting this morning. We meet every Friday at 6:15 to work on public speaking and practice speaking to a group and off the cuff. And during table topics, which is one of the sections of the Toastmasters meeting where we get to get called on and do an impromptu 1 to 2 minute speech, the topic of conversation was superpowers. And the question directed to me was, how did you know? When did you know? When did it hit you that you had a superpower or that you had a message to share with the world? And I'll never forget sitting in county jail, that moment that I could finally see myself as I was in that moment. Not what I wished it was, not what I wished it wasn't, but what it was. And being able to recognize that, regardless, I'm holding space, whether I like it or not, whether I want to or not, I'm here and I have a purpose. There's some reason that I'm still here. There's some reason that all of the terrible experiences that I've had, out of all of them, I am still here. And what was I going to do about it? What kind of space was I going to hold? And I set off on a journey of the last 14 years, creating an experience in life that I wanted to have, to help others create experiences in this life that kept them from being super miserable and super negative and super unhappy about where they were in life, and instead taking charge and taking accountability and taking responsibility for their experiences, for what they're doing, for who they're being, for what they're creating, and being able to be an example of that. And I didn't know to the extent that I would get to be an example of that when I was sitting in that county jail on that bed, having that spiritual awakening. But what I did know was that I was here for a reason, and that I needed to learn how to hold space and to connect to that part of myself, that part of God inside of myself. Call it your soul, call it your spirit, call it your higher power, call it whatever you want to call it. None of us disagree that it's there. We just disagree on what we call it. And being able over the last 14 years to connect to my spirit, to connect to my reason, to connect to my being, to learn how to hold space for myself, whether you liked the way I did that or not, being fully authentic, being fully accountable to how I'm showing up in this life and in this world. That is my superpower. And so I'm curious, I would love to know, what is your superpower? What has shown itself to be the thing that is your purpose, to be the reason that you're here, the reason that you wake up every morning, the reason that you're shooting after these goals? What is your superpower? What are you bringing to this world? And what are you, what are you going to do about it? What are you going to do about it? I'm super curious. Please share it with me. I've shifted the email so that now they respond directly to me. I don't have to go into my system to find them. I get notified right away on my phone. So as of today, it should be much easier for me to be able to respond to you, and it should be more on time, more effective, more efficient, I should say. So looking forward to better connection, to being able to support you in any way that you can, and to hearing about what your superpower is in this life. So I hope you have an amazing Friday. Enjoy your weekend, and I will see you all in your inbox on Monday morning.